Hey, I am Dory Foshi and I am a Saint beauty artist. I'm also a mama of 4, so time is a precious gift, and this makeup is a time saver. It is super easy but also beautiful, which is what I wanted. I found this makeup almost 4 years ago and I really haven't looked back since. I love the simplicity of it, but also I love how beautiful it makes me feel, and so I want to share that with everyone. I want everyone to feel and look their best. And so in this video, I'm just going to show you the beginner's guide. You may have just gotten your makeup in the mail and you want to know how to apply this makeup. This is the video for you. Okay, when I color matched you and I built your cart, I asked if you wanted the Works or Basic. And so these are the 2 palettes that I would have built for you. The Works has basically all that you would need in it. Yeah, you may want a few extras just because you want them, but they wouldn't be a need. And then these are just your very basic colors, which is fine if you got this. This, you can do a ton with this, but for the sake of this video, I am gonna use this palette because more than likely you're gonna add on these few more things to it, and then you can refer back to this video and I can show you how all of it works in one place. With Saint, we match you to 3 colors. So you have your 2 highlight colors and then you have your contour color, and both of those make up your foundation. That's why they call it 3D foundations, because it's 3 colors in one. If you look at your face is not all one color. It's not one dimensional, it's not flat. So we don't want to just slap on makeup and say, here's your one foundation color, you're good to go. That's not going to bring out all of your really unique features. We want to highlight those, and so that's where this makeup came in, and it just made it all easy. People were probably doing that before, just with a lot more steps, and it was really difficult for the average everyday woman. So I'm going to show you how to break this down and make this super easy for you. Another thing I hope that you grabbed are some of our brushes. I recommend a couple different options. If you can only get one, I probably told you to get this 3D brush, excuse me. If I told you to get 2, I would have either told you to get the 3D brush and the detail brush, or the detail brush and the blush and bronzer brush. For today's video, I'm going to use these 2, but do not stress if you don't have these brushes on hand. If you have any of these, it's great. We want to be using Saint brushes with this Saint makeup because they were created specifically for the cream foundation. But say you have the 3D brush and I'm using these today, it's okay. As long as you have one of our brushes, you are good and you're going to be just fine doing your makeup. I'm going to start with contour. Contour is an ashy tone. It's to create a shadow on your face, some depth, some dimension. It's to help you kind of create those unique features on your face that just highlight those that you already have. So I'm going to use this detail brush. It does all the work for me, and that's why I love this brush. It is one of my favorites. And I'm going to dip into this color. This is my contour color. This is olive, and I would have matched you. You may not have olive, you may have another color, but the reason you have another color is because that is the one that's going to look the best with your skin tone. So you can see that if you go to the tip of your ear and you put your brush down, right above that is where you're going to want to put your contour, and it has coverage, if you can tell, whereas the bronzer does not. So that's why I match you to a contour, and that's the difference between the 2, is that there is some coverage in this contour and it is created for your foundation. And you can see that I'm also applying it along my hairline. I'm gonna contour my nose and my lips. I'm gonna do that in a little bit because I do wanna put a little bit of color correcting over those areas. I also forgot to mention, I did do self-tanner. I did not have any makeup on, but if it looked like I did have some contour on already, that was self-tanner, and I can show you how to do that in another video. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with my main highlight shade. This is the darker of the 2. So you've got 2 highlight shades. These are my 2. This is Mango and this is Aura. I'm gonna go in with Mango, and I'm gonna go in with this side of my blush and bronzer brush and just kind of buff out in all the areas I did not put contour. noticed I was pretty light-handed with that. This makeup goes a long way, and if you put too much, it will start to crease or sweat off your face or just feel sticky, and that is not fun. We do not want that. You want it to feel light and, you know, you don't want it sweating off during the day. So keep it light-handed. If you have some areas to color correct, let me know, and those are ways we can add some demi into your palette to create no heaviness. That's what we do not want when we are putting our makeup on. All right, so my 3D foundation, my main highlight is on. Now I'm gonna go in with my brightening highlight. So this is Aura. This is like your concealer, but I am not gonna treat it like a concealer because when you have a really light color like this, I guess we were always taught that that was what would cover up dark circles and melasma and all the things, but it actually won't. It's gonna highlight those areas and then show them off a little bit more, which is not what we want. I'm just doing this. If you noticed, I brought my main highlight up. That was enough for me, but if you do need a little more coverage, again, let me know and I can help you in that area. So if you can see, I put it on each corner of my eye, put it on my chin, put it right in here, and then I'm just gonna run a little bit along my nose, a little bit right there. Okay, so if you are more on the oilier side, I would have told you to get a powder. And so we're just gonna open up that second layer of your compact. You wanna keep your powders in the second layer just in case you were to drop your palette. The powders would be contained into this area and they would not venture out into your creams. Then everything is safe and you just have to replace your powders, not all of your makeup. So if you have a powder, this is when you would just go into that powder and apply it where you put your brightening highlight, just to help with a little bit of oil control. I don't tend to get that oily and I actually like a dewier look, so I skip this normally, but it's totally up to you. Now I'm gonna really quick, before I forget, go back in and contour my nose and my lips. So I'm just gonna dip my brush in like the knife side, not straight down, but just on the side of it, and run that brush along the sides of my nose and then underneath my lip. Okay, the next thing I would have matched you to is a couple blushes. I have a lot of favorites and it's kind of dependent on the kind of blush that you prefer. This is not, a lot of blushes look good with a lot of different skin tones, so kind of is your preference. I tend to go more towards pinks, and so I am gonna put this pink lemonade on for today, but like I said, this could be a different color than you have in your palette. I'm just gonna use the blush and bronzer brush to buff that out. Next, we're going in with bronzer. We have a couple different bronzer colors, so I would have matched you to the one that I think best fits your skin tone. Today, I'm using High Tides. I'm gonna go in with this fluffy side of the blush and bronzer brush and just warm up my face a little bit. This does not have coverage, so you're just kind of adding this on top just to warm it up and give you a little bit of sun. If your neck is a good bit lighter than your face, then just kind of bring that down onto your neck. For my lips, I'm gonna use two different products. So I'm going into this basic palette because this is where Ibiza is. I forgot to move it over. And I'm gonna put that on my lips, and then I'm gonna top it with this Tarte Juicy Lip. It's one of my favorite products. All right, so the last thing that I am gonna do for this video, I'm not gonna do eyeshadows. I think I'm gonna do that in another video, but I am gonna show you where to place your illuminator. I would have matched you to either a powder or a cream illuminator, so it's like rose gold or Nova or honey or pearl, or I would have matched you to like Glamazing or Starlit or something like that. So I'm gonna go in with my illuminator, and it actually is a powder. This is Glamazing. If you have Glamazing, just know, don't use a lot. It is very, very, what's the word? Not potent. Anyways, this will really give a punch if you put too much. All right, so you're just gonna kind of put a little bit along that cheekbone. It's gonna give you a nice dewy glow. And then I like to kind of run it down my nose and then right there on my lip. If you ever put too much, kind of like I just did, just use your finger to buff it out. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I want to make sure that we get this makeup in your hands, but you also know how to use it. I don't want to leave you hanging. So let me know if you need any help. Love you guys.